Just ahead on CTV News. Community leaders hold a vigil outside the White House in support of Kilmar. Plus, lawmakers speak up on the president's recent threats to cut NASA Goddard. And
tonight on CTV News, we will introduce you to a PGCPS school nurse who receives a major recognition. I'm Katira Jones. I'll have all those details coming up on CTV News.
Those stories and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening, this is CTV News for April 14th. I'm Michaela Newton. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, in a meeting with President Trump, the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, says he won't be releasing Kilmar Abrego Garcia back to the United States. Meanwhile, CASA and faith leaders held a prayer vigil for Abrego Garcia just moments before. CTV News was there.
Seek peace and pursue it. Seek peace and pursue it.
Monday, faith leaders and immigration rights advocates gathered outside the White House alongside Kilmar Abrego Garcia's family during a prayer vigil. Abrego Garcia, a resident of Prince George's County, was wrongly deported to a notorious gang prison in El Salvador last month.
President Bukele, we call upon you to respect the human rights and the fundamental human dignity of Kilmar.
Meanwhile, President Trump met with Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador. He says Abrego Garcia's return is out of his hands.
How can I return him to the United States? Like I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. The question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
The Supreme Court ordered the Trump administration to facilitate his return. Some local leaders are criticizing the Trump administration's handling of Abrego Garcia.
The Trump administration's position, in my view, is absolutely unsustainable, as is the position of the president of El Salvador, if he's going to say that he's not going to release this man.
State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy also showed her support with hopes of being one step closer to bringing Kilmar home.
The government has to make amends. It was their mistake. It was their fault. They have to make it right.
God, we ask that you bring him home, that you move the hearts of those with the power to do so, that they do so now.
And this is a developing story. We'll bring you the latest as we learn more. And an off-duty Prince George's police officer is arrested and suspended in connection to a physical altercation in the district Saturday. According to Metro Police, an employee tried to break up a bar fight in the DuPont Circle neighborhood when Lieutenant Jeremy Ingram got involved and hit the employee in the face. He joined PGPD in 2012 and was assigned to the Bureau of Investigation. Lieutenant Ingram is now in custody and charged with second-degree assault. And the Trump administration's proposed budget cuts to the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt would close down its doors, but not if Maryland lawmakers have something to say about it. Senator Chris Van Hollen, joined by U.S. House Representatives Steny Hoyer and Glenn Ivey, toured the Greenbelt facility today to get a better understanding of the work that takes place and how they can advocate for it on Capitol Hill.
We need to make sure that America continues to be a leader in space, a leader in culture, a leader in economics.
The work they do here is essential to our success in space and our success when it comes to innovation and technology.
So I'm urging the Trump administration to rethink this cut for the reasons that you've heard from my two colleagues here. It's devastating for NASA, devastating for science, and devastating for the United States of America.
The proposed cuts would slash up to $600 million in funding to the facility. And a federal cut could soon hit Maryland farms and families where it hurts the most, the dinner table. A Biden-era program that funds local produce for food banks and helps small farmers stay afloat is set to end this November. The USDA's LFPA program funneled millions to Maryland food banks supporting dozens of local growers like Albright Farms in Baltimore County. Without it, food banks say fewer nutritious options and farmer partnerships could disappear. Advocates call it a win-win for families and the local economy, and they're urging the Trump administration to reverse course. And blink and you'll miss it, literally. Governor Wes Moore just took a test ride on a Japanese maglev train that topped out at 311 miles per hour as part of his trade mission to Japan and South Korea. The train could one day connect D.C. to Baltimore in 15 minutes, and Moore says he's on board. There is no funding commitment yet, but he's calling it a vision for transforming Maryland's future. Supporters say the project could create over 160,000 jobs, but the project has been stalled for years. And a global push for education is taking shape on Governor Wes Moore's trade mission to Asia. In Japan, Moore announced a new agreement between Salisbury University and the Japanese Study Abroad Foundation, expanding a program that brings international students to Maryland. 5 students will arrive next year to begin full degree programs, a step Moore says could boost Maryland's future workforce and economy. The next education deal, a partnership in Korea between the University of Maryland, Baltimore and Chosun University, set to be signed on Tuesday. And as the cold weather comes to a close, several roads in the county will be getting some much-needed TLC. Road work is underway or set to begin on 8 major streets and main routes. The projects include patching, paving, restripping, and concrete work on ramps. Roads that will be affected are right there on your screen. Drivers can expect single-lane closures during off-peak hours, weekdays 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and overnights 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. All repairs are expected to be completed by the end of June. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Michaela Newton. Still to come, it's spring break, and if you're looking for a fun place to take the kids, we know just the spot. We'll be right back.
Song dance show.
All right, Max. Today's the big day. First day on the job. Time to shine. I got this, right? I wonder if I should have gone with a bow tie. Nah, this tie says professional, but approachable. Perfect combo for a guide dog. I hope my human is kind and loving. 2 years of training, hard work, and fun. Now it's showtime. If I can handle that cat, I can handle anything. Especially with this tie. Okay, tie. Let's show them what we're made of. Wait, what are ties made of? Silk? Polyester? Who cares? I've got this. All right, I'm ready.
Discover how extraordinary guide dogs like Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Hey, greetings, everyone. I'm recording this video to let you know that I have heard about some big-time budget slashing and maybe even canceling CTV. CTV gave me my start many years ago, and without it, I would never have gotten where I've gotten today. With that, I've produced many boxing shows that I started on CTV, and ended up taking it to China at one point. At present, I'm now making documentaries. I've been very successful, and I owe a lot of it, if not all of it, to what CTV's opportunity has given me. So do what you can to try to help save CTV.
Welcome back. Time's running out to claim your money. The IRS says more than 22,000 Marylanders may be owed a 2021 income tax refund, but they've got until April 15th to file. Across the U.S., 1.1 million people could be due a share of over $1 billion in unclaimed refunds. In Maryland alone, the average refund is nearly $840. Money many families can't afford to leave behind. If you didn't file a 2021 return, the IRS says there's no penalty for claiming a refund late, but wait too long and that money goes to the Treasury. Meanwhile, tax time is ticking. Tomorrow's the deadline. The IRS is reminding last-minute filers that April 15th is the last day to file your 2024 return or request a 6-month extension. Free tools are available on irs.gov, including Direct File, which walks users through the process step by step. Need to pay but can't afford it all at once? The IRS says you can still file and set up a payment plan to avoid bigger penalties. And experts say file something even if you owe to avoid costly fees. And a new rule to help people cancel recurring subscriptions and memberships is now in effect. Maryland Attorney General issued a consumer alert yesterday about the new click to cancel rule. It will require companies to provide simple ways for consumers to cancel online with just a few clicks, and the companies will also have to clearly express what you are paying for before charging you and make it clear when your free trial ends. Well, a county school nurse and mom of 3 receives an award that puts her name in the history books. CTV's Katira Jones sits down with Egypt Middleton, the newly named School Nurse of the Year.
Egypt Middleton is a school nurse here at Kettering Middle School, and she loves her job. Now, all the hard work she has put in has paid off, as she was recently named the 2025 School Nurse of the Year.
I was really excited, and really I didn't expect it.
Meet Egypt Middleton. She's a PGCPS school nurse who holds the coveted title as the 2025 School Nurse of the Year. This major honor was given to her by the Maryland Association of School Health Nurses.
I was really excited, and I can tell you now, I'm just enjoying it all, and I'm very, very humble.
Middleton left working as a nurse in a hospital back in 2011 and became a school nurse with the District of Columbia Public Schools. 2 years ago, she joined the Prince George's County Public Schools and landed here at Kettering Middle School. She says it was her eldest son's type 1 diabetes diagnosis that led her to make a career change.
I didn't know that coming into school nursing would be as rewarding as it was. The aspect of helping kids get what they need, helping parents get what they need. You're on the other end versus when I was in the hospital working in intensive care at the bedside.
Middleton also makes history as the first PGCPS school nurse to get this award and the first African American. Despite the recognition, she still remains focused on the students that she serves.
We make sure that we're here for the kids. We're compassionate. We invite them in with open arms. We're loving to them. We do assessments on their child as if they're coming into an emergency room or a doctor's office, because really the school nurse office is kind of used as a miniature urgent care center.
As a recipient of this big recognition, Middleton will be attending the National Association of School Nurses National Conference in Las Vegas in 2026. Katira Jones, CTV News.
All right, Katira, thanks so much. Middleton is a nationally certified school nurse and has her master's degree in nursing education. Just last week, the County Council honored Middleton with a proclamation for her work in the community. And graduation season is right around the corner, and if you're an undergrad graduating, you may be thinking about grad school. Well, a recent Wallet Hub ranking has 10 Maryland graduate schools ranked among the best in the country. University of Maryland College Park took the 18th spot for Best Engineering School and 52 for Best Business School. Johns Hopkins took the top 2 spots for Best Nursing School for Master's and Doctor of Nursing Practice. Well, parents, it's spring break for PGCPS, and if you're having trouble keeping your children occupied, you may want to take a trip to Six Flags. Six Flags officially opened this weekend just as the weather has started to break. New rides, shows, and menu items are coming to the park this year. Here's Park Manager Joe Pudlick on the park's newest additions.
You know, our guests have been asking for variety, and we want to deliver great, hot, fresh, and fast food. So we're starting with shrimp and chicken po' boys. We're also adding a pulled pork sandwich to Filaments in Steamtown, our new area for last year. Superman Ride of Steel is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and we're excited to introduce 2 brand new trains to that ride, which will increase our throughput and ride availability throughout the entire season. So that's going to be a huge fan favorite. We've done a ton of off-season work, making sure that our rides are nice and smooth and reliable for our guests. We're excited come Memorial Day to bring back Ship Shipwreck Falls, our family favorite Big Splash boat ride, along with Penguins Blizzard River in Gotham City, and Quantum Canyon Rapids will return in Steamtown for Memorial Day.
The park will be open this week from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And still to come on CTV News, spring break is here, and it's no better time to get fit and focused.
Fit and Focused family, we're back in the studio. Wait, no, we're in the gym with it. We done graduated to the gym here at Profusion Gym in Upper Marlboro. Darian from 5 Fit Studios gonna show us some pool day workouts that we can do on the cable machines. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
analytics and empathy. That's how getting clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I am more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. Stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Big names in retail are shrinking or shutting down entirely. Nearly 15,000 stores are expected to close this year, double last year's total, as consumers shift to online shopping to beat sticker shock. From Macy's and JCPenney to Foot Locker, Walgreens, and even TGI Fridays, major brands are cutting locations or closing up shop for good. Experts blame inflation, changing habits, and companies that fail to adapt fast enough. The result, fewer brick and mortar options and more click and buy. And parents, listen up. The Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a recall for 2 Fisher-Price toys. The first recall is for the Brunch and Go stroller toy. The yolk of the toy egg can crack and create small parts, posing a choking hazard to young children. And the second toy on recall is the 3-in-1 Snug-a-Puppy Activity Center. This toy features a detachable tissue box toy that can come apart, exposing the small supports brackets, which is also a choking hazard. And consumers should immediately stop using the recalled toys and keep them away from children. An organic tea company, Just Iced Tea, is now set to be sold in national stores and Amazon. The Bethesda-based company will now be featured nationwide in Target, CVS, Wegmans, and Harris Teeter. The company, which launched in 2022, has become one of the fastest-growing top brands in the natural food sector. Just Iced Tea sources organic and fair trade certified ingredients for its products, and every tea is formulated with pure natural sweeteners or no sweetener at all. Well, President Donald Trump, our nation's oldest man-elected president, has been declared fully fit to physically serve our country. According to the president's physician, his active lifestyle has led to the president's physical shape, even citing that the president is down 20 pounds from his last checkup 4 years ago. The president was also screened for depression and anxiety, which he had normal scores for both of those questionnaires. And speaking of being fully fit to serve, Bryce and Darian are back with another segment of Fit and Focus. Let's see if Bryce is fully fit to keep up with Darian as they move from the studio to the gym. Bryce?
Fit and Focus family, we are back with another Fit and Focus episode. And if you've noticed, we're in a different location today, and that's because we're switching it up. We're at Profusion Gym in Upper Marlboro, but we're still here with Darian from Vive Fit Studios, and she's gonna show me some pool day exercise to do on the cables. Darian, take us away.
Hey guys, I'm so glad to be back. We are at Profusion Gym. Today we are going to be doing some pool exercises to get those arms nice and tight for the summer and to also scope that back. So if you are ready, stay tuned. Okay, Bryce, so we are on a cable machine and we have our accessory, which is our mini rope right here. Okay. So we're gonna be doing some tricep pull downs. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, let's go. So we're gonna stay really close towards the rope. We want to pull down just a little bit, just a starting point, which our elbows should be tucked into our rib cage here. You're gonna push down, and as you push down, you're gonna spread at the bottom. Very good. You should feel the tension on the back of your arms and tighten it up just like that. Very good. You don't want those elbows to move at all.
Got you. And then
very good.
So form-wise, like what are some things I should be focused on, just making sure that I'm doing this exercise right and just optimizing, you know, trying to grow my triceps?
Absolutely. So with this, it's really easy to want to cradle yourself in. So you want to go against that and you want to push your chest out as it goes down. Shoulders back, chest up and out. And you can also do a little bit of a hip hinge, but you don't have to stand up all the way straight. If you push your hips back with it, it'll be a little bit more easy to control the rope. Yep, gotcha. Just like that. This is giving a little burn here.
It is burning.
Yeah. That's how you know it's working. Good job. We're gonna do 3 more. Here we go. 3. Good job. 2. Good job. And 1. Nice.
Gotcha. All right, so what we have next?
Next, we're gonna do some lat push downs. We're gonna change our equipment here, our accessory from the rope. And with this one, you can use the V-bar here, mini V-bar, or you can use something, they have shorter bars as well. So anything that gives you a short range of motion with your hands as far as placement.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna come here with these, we're gonna step back a little bit more. So we're gonna pretend we're doing like a ski motion.
Okay.
So with here, we're just going to ski down and come back up. And here you wanna feel it right here in this lat on the side, right under the arm. Nice and big.
And so I can imagine kind of like the same principle as the other time where you're not trying to like hunch over like this, you know, just trying to keep that chest nice and tall.
You want to get like right over top of it and make sure that your body is nice and stable. Yep. Extend all the way up. And if you feel like you need to, you can back up as far as you can, just as long as that arm is extended to get a big, big range of motion. You're doing pretty good over there.
Thank you, thank you.
Pro.
I got a great teacher.
You know. Good. You're doing great. Here we go for 3, 2, 1 more nice and long, and 1. Amazing.
All right,
really good
Darian,
at this.
thank you so much for bringing us to Profusion Gym here in Upper Marlboro.
Absolutely.
You can find Darian at Vive Fit Studios on Instagram and TikTok. If you missed any of our episodes, make sure you go to PGCTV online, on YouTube, to catch whatever you missed. Back to you in the studio. Let's get fit and focused in 2025.
All right, thanks, Bryce. After the break, Simon Buggs is here with our Monday sports page. What's going on, Simon?
What's going on every Wednesday? Because coming right up, Gwynn Park High School lacrosse players Theodore Settles, Joshua Price, and Caden Hudson all talk about the improvements they've made in their game. That story and more coming right up on CTV Sports. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, my name is DeAndre Vidal, and Emmy-winning assistant editor and a former CTV intern. CTV is perfectly positioned to empower Prince Georgians to be the leaders in local news and entertainment for Prince George's County and beyond. The county budget for the future needs to include CTV because CTV is an essential community resource for the future.
Hey guys, hope you had a great weekend. It's time for your Monday sports page. Now, sports fans, if you ever want to watch some great lacrosse play, then you have to check out the Gwynn Park High School boys lacrosse team. I'm telling you, the Yellow Jackets are currently 6-1 on the year and have won 4 straight games. And a big reason for the black and yellow success in 2025 is because of how much work their players have put in during the offseason.
I passed a lot during last year, which is great because it made a lot of assists, but I didn't make a lot of goals myself. So what I worked on is my dodging from X, and then I worked a lot on finishing through. And I feel like that made me a lot more of a well-rounded attackman. I'm able to assist and score, and I feel like that made me a lot better.
I've been working on my communication. When I first started playing lacrosse, I couldn't really communicate with my teammates, and I played lackadaisical. This offseason, I came out with Quill and Devin and Theo, started communicating on the field, just working on getting that positioning right.
Offseason, goalies know we learn how to juggle to get our hand and eye coordination going good, and also doing clubs like I did a 301 Elite, doing clubs, practicing wall ball.
Gwynn Park will take the field next against Laurel on April 23rd. Sticking with high school sports news, there will be some softball action tonight as Friendly will match up against Crossland. Wild will try to make it 2 straight wins against Parkdale. Duval will host Eleanor Roosevelt. And finally, Frederick Douglass will try to defend home turf against Fairmont Heights. In other news, a Terps football players on the move as linebacker Kelly has announced that he entered the transfer portal. Wyatt spent 3 seasons in College Park, playing in 35 games. And during that span, he totaled 80 tackles, 8.5 sacks, and 15 tackles for loss. The Glen Burnie product has 1 year of eligibility remaining in his college career. Good luck in the next chapter of your football journey, Kellen. In more Terps sports news, it was announced over the weekend also that former Washington State guard Isaiah Watts has committed to playing for Maryland. Watts is the program's 7th commit of the transfer portal. The 6'3" sophomore put up 11 points, 4 boards, and 2 dimes for the Cougars last season. Watts is the 4th guard to commit to playing for newly hired head coach Buzz Williams. And sticking with basketball news, the day is finally here, WNBA fans. The draft takes place tonight. See where all the nation's top players such as Paige Beckers and Cheyenne Sellers will end up. It starts at 7:30. I can't wait. And wrapping up sports, tragedy struck over the weekend as LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacey lost his life. Authorities are saying that the NFL prospect died of an apparent suicide. The Louisiana native had gotten into an altercation with a family member that led to the police being called. When the authorities tracked down Lacey's vehicle after he fled the scene, he led them on a chase that resulted in the crashing of his car. When the police went over to Lacey's car afterwards, he was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. His death came just 2 days before a grand jury in Louisiana was supposed to begin hearing evidence regarding a car accident Lacey was involved in that resulted in the death of a former Marine back in December of 2024. Lacey was only 24 years old. And that wraps up your Monday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports. Back to you at the desk, Michaela.
All right, Simon, thanks so much. Let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, we'll have showers and thunderstorms until 2 a.m.
Time Emmy-winning assistant editor and a former CTV intern. CTV is perfectly positioned to
Let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight we'll have showers and thunderstorms until 2 a.m. Tomorrow it'll be 66 degrees and we have a slight chance of showers before 2 p.m. Wednesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 58. Thursday will be sunny with a high of 63 and a low of 44. And for our community calendar, tomorrow afternoon, the Tucker Road Community Center is hosting the Great Egg Experience. Celebrate the coming of spring with an egg hunt, carnival-style games, and the Easter Bunny himself. This event takes place from 4 to 6 p.m. Registration is required, but for more information, contact 301-203-6000. And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.